Nice to meet you. Yes, I know you're probably wondering what's going on here. An English cowboy. Well, there is a little bit of a backstory. You see, I've always wanted to be a cowboy. I used to hear stories of them as a child, and I find the whole thing fascinating. So, when I got a little bit older, I decided I would go to America and become a cowboy. Now, I am from a wealthy English family and we live in London. And I remember saying this to my father, and he just laughed at me. He said, "You are the son of an aristocrat. What on earth are you talking about, becoming a cowboy?" He said, "Can you even ride a horse?" Well, I've been riding horses since I was a child in Hyde Park, and he knows this. So, honestly, when he said that to me, it just spurred me on even more. Excuse the pun. The trouble is, of course, there's no way he would allow me to go. This was 5 years ago, so 1840. I can't believe it's 1845 already. I don't know where the time goes. Anyway, so I said, well, I'm going to do it. And he just laughed it off. Walked into the other room. Well, a week later, I waited for him to have his brandy and then go to sleep. Now, he usually goes to sleep around 11:30, and so I waited till around 2 o'clock in the morning. I said to him, "I'm going to bed early because I have lots to do tomorrow," and so that gave me time to pack, you see. So I packed clothes, some food, and a lot of money. I took a lot of money because I thought I would need that, to make some bargains and try and haggle my way into the cowboy world. Anyway, about 2 o'clock came and I snuck out of the house, and I tell you, it was such an exhilarating feeling to sneak out, and when the door shut behind me, it was incredible. I was there in the street, it was night, the cold air hit me, and I had my suitcase. And I just remember thinking, this is it, I'm gonna do it. So, what I had prepared earlier was with a friend of mine whose father knows my father. And his father owns a shipping company, you see. So my friend's father. And they have international trade. So my friend, unknown to his father, of course, he arranged for me to be able to stow away on one of the ships going to America, New York. And I say stow away, but actually it was rather delightful. He paid off the captain a rather large sum, and I had a very nice room actually, and full board and food, lovely food. So it was a luxurious stowaway. So this had been arranged, and there was a horse and carriage waiting for me around the corner. I made my way to the end of the street. Looking behind me, I didn't see any lights come on in the house, any candlelight or anything like that, so I knew I was in the clear. Anyway, I got to the ship down at the docks, very exciting, and I came aboard. We didn't leave for a couple of hours, but it gave me time. I'd left my father a note, and don't worry, I've written to him many times in the 5 years I've been here. just happy I am safe, and he knows that I'm very strong-willed. I will be returning soon to see my father, and I will be coming back here, but I shall visit him. So the ship left, and I remember it sailing down the Thames, and then it went to across the English Channel, and all of that was fine. The seas were actually quite calm. And then we got onto the Atlantic, and there was a bit of a storm, which was slightly unnerving. I must say I was a little bit frightened. But the captain assured me it was fine, and it was a good strong ship, so that was good. Now, when I arrived in New York, I had to be a little bit careful because I didn't want people to know why I was there. And so I was just saying that I was going to go to Texas to look at investments in farming land. Now, the British situation was still a little bit raw, but it was acceptable. It depended who you talked to. Obviously, the battle for independence was, 1776, so it'd been a while, but, there was still some issue. But I had a lot of money. I was there for investment, and so I then got on board a steam train, and I went down through like Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and then I went across to Texas. And it was such an amazing thing to see because I'd never been to America before. Now, when I arrived in Texas, I remember seeing a bar, and there was a man who looked very much like a cowboy stood outside. So I approached him in a suit. I had my suitcase and a briefcase, and I said to him, "Good afternoon, I'm sorry to bother you, but I am looking to become a cowboy, and I was wondering if you could point me in the right direction." Now, he laughed hysterically at this. He thought this was incredibly amusing. And he then asked me why I was there, and I said, "No, I am I'm being serious. I am here to be a cowboy." And he said, "I don't understand. Why?" He said, "You're clearly from money, so why do you want to be a cowboy herding cows in the dust?" And I said, "I've always wanted to do it. There's a romance to it. It's a wildness to it, and I've just always wanted to do it." Anyway, he said, "Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't think you're cut out for this kind of thing." And I said, "Look, fair enough, but I want to learn, and I'm willing to work hard." And he said, "Look, I'm sorry, I really just don't think you're suitable." So I had prepared for this moment, and I reached into my briefcase and I pulled out some of the money, just some of the money. And I said, "Perhaps I could make an investment in your business, and that could help you to expand." And his face changed very quickly. He said, "I see." He said, "Well, look, if you're sure you want to do this, then maybe we could work something out." But he said, "I'm not going to go easy on you." And I said, "Fair enough." So I remember the first time we went horse riding through his ranch, his lands, and he was quite impressed actually, because I don't think he expected me to be able to ride a horse. And I explained to him that I had been riding for many years. And we did the lasso thing, which I was terrible at to begin with, but I've actually got pretty good at it now. So, yeah. But you know, I've been here 5 years, and I must say they are like a family to me. And obviously I love my father very much, but I shall imagine I will probably stay here. I will go back and visit. But the railroads are expanding all across America now, and yeah, there's so much opportunity here. The ranch is expanding as well, and the weather is much nicer here. It's a fascinating place. Oh, do you know, I saw a tornado the other day. Honestly, I can't explain this to you. This was really quite phenomenal. Just an unbelievable sight. And he explained to me that this can happen quite a lot in Texas, and you just have to be a bit careful. So, phenomenal, really phenomenal. I find the culture here is very much more laid back as well, and it's really a phenomenal adventure. But I am looking forward to returning home to London, because I think it's been so long for me that there are things I miss there. So I'm looking forward to returning home. I'm not so sure about the boat trip home, but hopefully the seas won't be too stormy. Yes, I'm looking forward to showing my father my hat and my neck scarf. And actually, when he realised that I was going to stick it out, he was quite supportive. So that was good. But yes, anyway, there's a little bit of a backstory as to why I'm here. And yes, it was a pleasure to meet you. And if you're ever in Texas again, perhaps we shall see each other. Yes, keep an eye out for someone trying to lasso something. I'm getting better. I am getting better. But if you ever want to track me down, just ask for the English guy in the bars. Anyway, it was nice to meet you. Maybe we'll meet again. Goodbye.